Okay, in the next lesson, 6.8, we're on page 138, and we are graphing linear inequalities in two variables. The biggest difference with this one is the number 2. So the fact that we're graphing in two variables is really the difference here. Two variables. Now, let's go ahead and define this. So, this linear inequality in two variables could look like this. We could have ax plus by is less than c. So notice there's going to be an a value, or I'm sorry, an x value. There's going to be a y value. Now the plus doesn't really mean it could be a plus. This could be a minus in here. But it's going to be less than c. Then we could also have ax plus by is less than or equal to c. We could have ax plus by is greater than c. The final one we could have is ax plus by is greater than or equal to c. Okay, on example 1, the first skill we need to be able to do is just check, does this work, does an ordered pair work in an inequality? So we're going to start with checking 0, 0 in an inequality, and we're also going to check 1, negative 1. Remember that this is the x value, and this is the y value. And we're going to use this as the inequality. All right, so where the x is for letter A, for 0, 0, we're going to put a 0 where that x was. We're going to put a 0 where the y was. And we're going to say that it is, we're basically checking what happens when you have 8 times 0 minus 4 times 0. That's 0 minus 0. So 0. And we're asking, is that greater than or equal to 3? The answer is no. So what we write here is that this is not a solution. 0, 0 is not a solution. Now you'll see this a little bit later on a graph. Okay, next one. Now we're going to take the pair, ordered pair 1, negative 1. So we're going to put a 1 for the x and a negative 1 for the y. Now you might want to write this down here if you have a little trouble with mental math. 8 times 1 is 8. We're going to subtract 4 times negative 1. So that's 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Now this is the same as 8 plus positive 4. So that's 12. And the question we're asking again is that greater than or equal to 3? Well, the answer on that one is yes. That's true. So how we write this one is we say that 1, negative 1 is a solution. Again, we'll see that in a few moments on the coordinate plane. Now this next piece at the bottom there, graphing a linear inequality, is a series of steps that won't mean a lot right now, but you want to have this written down and you can use this on a quiz or a test. So it looks a little bit like this. What we say is we're gonna treat this inequality first as an equation right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using a dashed line for anything that looks like this. Anything that looks like a less than or greater than sign right there. If we ever see those, see this one or this one, we're going to be using a dashed line. Okay? Now, then you can write this in here. We're going to be using a solid line if we ever see this greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. We'll be using a solid line. Go ahead and write on step 2, test one of the coordinates of a point in one of the half planes. Then you can write shade the half plane for step 3, containing the point if it is a solution of the inequality. And if it's not, you're going to shade the other half plane.